Hi, my name is Rob Archibald. Tonight I'll be giving a talk for my Leadership Practices and Organizational Communication for Goodwin College. Tonight I'd like to talk about running. Running and how it changed me for the better, and it could change you too. So about 10 years ago, I was going to school full-time, I was working full-time, I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old at home, so I was pretty busy. In that hectic life, I was pretty stressed out. Also at that same time, I went to my doctor. My doctor said, "You've got high blood pressure, you've got high cholesterol, you got to change something about yourself, start exercising and eating better and taking care of yourself, or I'm going to have to put you on a bunch of meds." So I thought about it later that evening, thought about it some more, and I wound up at a coffee shop studying, procrastinating as usual. So I was walking around the stacks and I came to the sports section. In the sports sections, I found a running book and I picked it up. I wasn't planning on becoming a runner, it never really crossed my mind before. But I picked up the book, I opened up the first chapter, and it basically described me. It said, "Are you looking for something to do that's about you, that you can take care of yourself? Become less stressed, a little happier, and a little healthier?" And I was like, yeah, that's kind of me. I didn't think too much of it, and I went back and continued to study. But I kept thinking about it, and I thought, well, why not try it? It doesn't really take anything. I can just find some old sneakers and give it a try. If I hate it, I hate it. Great. If I like it. Even better. So I did. Found some old running shoes, ran about a half mile down to the lake near my house. Once I got down there, I chilled out, kind of stretched. I felt pretty good about myself. Then I ran a half mile home. Except I didn't run a half mile home. I ran maybe half of that, and I walked the rest because I was tired. But I got home and I was like, wow, it was very awesome. I feel great about myself. I did something for myself. A couple days later, I thought, well, I'm going to try it again. So I ran a half mile down to the lake, relaxed, and I ran back. I did the whole half mile and a half mile, so I did a mile with a big break in the middle. Pretty good. I felt even better about myself. I felt even more accomplished. And I kept it up. I kept running. Pretty soon I ran a mile nonstop, then 2 miles, then 3 miles. I started entering some fun runs and races for 5Ks, which are 3 miles. And that was pretty rewarding too. I got to run with my friends and make new friends and get surrounded by a really nice community of people that are really welcoming and great to be around. All with the same idea, how do you make yourself better and a little healthier? So I continued running. I ran a bunch of 5Ks that summer, and then some 10Ks the next year, then a bunch of half marathons, and then full marathons over the last 10 years, all culminated. So why running? Well, when I'm running, I find that my body is busy and my brain is free to go where it wants. About a mile and a half or 2 miles into a run, my brain stops wandering and focuses on a subject. Can be anything. Apparently it's whatever's bothering me or most forefront on my mind at the time. But it could be a paper I'm working on in school. I'll organize it in my head during my run. It could be a project at work. Same thing, I can organize it much better while I'm running. It could be my relationship with my friends or my family or some issues I'm dealing with my kids. I never know what it's going to be. It always lands on something that's extremely important and I need to take care of at that time. And by the time I get home from a run, even if it's only 2 or 3 miles, I pretty much have that issue organized in my head and I'm much better to deal with it. I also find that when I get home from a run, I'm much less stressed out. And what does that mean? That means I'm a better person. I'm a better father, I'm a better husband, I'm a better student, and I'm a better employee at work because I'm less stressed and I'm much happier. It's actually come to the point where when I get cranky, like we all get cranky, my wife will send me out on a run. She'll find my shoes, hand them to me and say, "Get out of here and go for a run." Because she knows as much as I do that when I get back, I'm going to be a much better person. So, question. Why running and not some other form of exercise? like swimming. Swimming's great. Low impact, nice to float around and get a good workout in. It's very cardiovascularly great for you, but it takes a pool. And that complicates things. You can't, if you feel like going for a swim at 10 at night, pool's probably not open. If you feel like going for a swim at 4:30 in the morning, probably not open. If you want to go for a swim during your lunch break, probably not feasible to get to the gym, get to the pool and back during your lunch hour. I can go for a run. I go for a run anytime I want, which is really great. Why not a gym? Belong to a formal gym? Well, it's expensive. Membership fees, they get crowded. If you're waiting for a specific piece of equipment, who knows when it's going to open up if someone else is on it. What else is biking? All right. Who doesn't like to ride a bike? The only problem with biking is, first of all, you need a bike. Bikes take maintenance, they do break down, and they get flats. I can promise you I've never gotten a flat while I'm running. So, what do you need to run? We just talked about these sort of complicated things. What do you need to run? Very simple. Running shoes, and that's it. If you want to run in blue jeans and a cotton shirt, that's great. You can run in any shoes. Running shoes are helpful. I personally take any kind of shoe and I find ones I like and I run with them till they're pretty much falling off my feet, and I try to get the same exact pair. Some people like to get expensive, creative shoes that get fitted to their feet. That's great if that's what you want to do. Some people like to match them to their running stuff. Pink running shoes with a pink outfit. That's awesome if that's what you want to do. That leads me to another point. Running is very individual. You can make it your own. You want to go for a long run, you go for a long run. If you want to run out your house, go around the corner, and go for a long walk, you can do that. It's your thing. You do whatever you want. Often I'll set out to do one thing and I'll wind up doing something completely different. I'll go out for a long run and I'll do a short run, and I'll be perfectly happy with it because it's my thing, it's my personal thing that I'm doing for myself, and I can individualize it as I see fit. Running is rewarding. Mentally, it's great. That's probably my favorite thing about running is what it does for my brain. Physically, it's great. Cardiovascular, your muscles, you burn a lot of fat. You actually burn about 300 calories a mile. That's pretty sweet. So if you want to continue to eat like you're eating, go for a run and it can neutralize itself. If you want to lose weight, you can run, eat a little less, and you've burned all those calories, and got the benefits of getting outside, getting fresh air, and help straighten out your brain a little bit. What else is great about running? Well, if you ever do fun runs or races, you get t-shirts. Lots and lots of t-shirts. It may sound silly, but t-shirts are cool. First of all, once you get a couple of t-shirts from races, you don't have to buy any more running shirts, if that's what you like to do. I have millions of them. Some I wear a lot, some I hardly ever wear, but each one kind of gives me a memory and reminds me of some interesting race I did. And they're all interesting. What else is great about shirts is that you wear them to a picnic or a barbecue, inevitably somebody walks up to you and goes, "Hey, did you run the 2015 Manchester Road Race?" And you go, "Well, I did." And I go, "Oh my gosh, I ran that too." Or, "I want to be a runner. How long have you been running?" It's a great conversation starter. And you'll find a lot of people want to learn how to run, and it can be a great resource, and it's great to share that sort of thing. Also, another wonderful thing about running and entering fun runs and races is that the majority of them give you medals. Yeah, a medal. I've gotten a few over the years. I've earned every single one of them. The great thing about earning a medal is it only takes two things to get one. You gotta show up and you gotta finish. What's easier than that? Show up the day of the race, do it, walk it, run it, skip it, cartwheel it, however you want to do it. You get to the finish, some nice person puts one of these around your neck. It's great. Hang them on your wall. I keep mine in my bedroom, and every time I walk by them, I look at them and I say to myself, I did all that. That's a great accomplishment. Also, I can look back at the medals and say, oh, the 2010 Ragnar, I remember that race. I ran that with all my friends, and it takes me right back and reminds me of how wonderful running makes me feel and how it makes me feel connected to all my friends. So, t-shirts and bling, great things. So, I told you about what motivates me, t-shirts and medals. What really motivates me more than anything, though, is the mental and physical aspects of running. So we talked about t-shirts, talked about medals. Those are all fine and good. But doing something purely selfish that is uncomplicated, that allows you to disconnect from the world on your own terms is a wonderful thing to do. I find that after a run, I'm a much better person, as I talked about before, a better father, a better husband, just a much better person. If you're looking for something simple to make yourself a better person, it doesn't cost a lot, it takes a little bit of effort to get out the door, but after that, it's all about you. It's a run, it's a walk, it's a jog, it's whatever you want it to be. You can do it. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to take it slow. But the rewards are endless. You'll do a little run, you go around your block. The next time you go out, you'll go around your block maybe twice. You can pick up an iPhone or any phone. There's apps, Couch to 5K. So they actually have plans online that you can follow that'll take you step by step with a progression that suits you by the phone. Again, if you want to do something that is all about you, I recommend running. It's inexpensive, selfish, good fun. Thanks for listening.